week for the plays of the week. There were so many great defensive plays.
Over is Dykstra, and he makes a great catch.
There's a shot, 40. Watch this play.
But I needed more. I wanted something unusual. So I decided to dig deeper, and bingo, I was onto something. Here's the box, but there's nothing in it. Little did I realize it would turn into a Plays of the Week treasure hunt. I have to get to the tape library to find this tape. I can't get in the door. I'm really upset. I feel like just going through it. Or maybe I'll just jump over it. If I don't get in there, I'm going to go crazy. Someone may get hurt. Let me try it one more time. It worked. I'm in. Look at all these tapes. There's so many to look through. My head is killing me. I need some ice. I can't keep my balance. I'm choking on this obsession. Maybe this map will show me the way to the missing tape. I can't understand it. It keeps going and going. I will keep searching and searching. Just when I see the light, something seems to be blocking my vision. I feel like everybody's against me, pursuing me. Oh, double! I can't do it with my bare hand like Kevin Brown.
Oh, look at that stop by Brown. Wow.
I need a helping hand and support from others.
Third pop-up bunt, and it is caught by Righetti off Snyder's glove.
As I keep searching and searching, I felt stuck. I needed to be cooled off. I have yet to find that missing play, but ironically, I had discovered the fountain of youth. And as to the search for the play, we'll just keep on rolling.
Plays of the Week is delivered by...
Also, for at least a quarter, it was a meeting of former college teammates who are now elite backs in the NFL, Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas. This, of course, is a preseason of emotion in Detroit, coping with Mike Utley's injury, Eric Andelsack's death. They are remembered, as is LaFontaine, the secondary coach, the head coach's brother, who was killed in the offseason. This is Barry Sanders looking in midseason form in Game 3 of the year, stopping on a dime and going the other way, actually Game 2 for Sanders. 13 yards, a lot of work for a preseason game, so Barry had to get refueled, and after a little pit stop, he found the end zone. 7-0 Buffalo. Sanders 31 yards, Thurman Thomas 14. Thomas had the wind knocked out of him. So did Eric Kramer. Oh, what a hit by Frank Kmet, the rookie. It was a fumble picked up by Kurt Schultz, and he's gone. A 47-yard touchdown. The Bills up 9. They win 30-24. By the way, Kramer was okay. The Bills' 5th preseason win in 5 years. That's the worst in the NFL. Show you what the preseason games mean. Andre Ware, the Heisman winner of '89, played a quarter and a half, was 0 for 3. Chuck Long maybe passed him. He had a nice touchdown drive. 32 penalties in this game for 308 yards. Let's go to New Orleans now.
The heat continued into the night, but Mother Nature wasn't responsible. Los Angeles Dodger right-hander Kevin Gross was. Gross just so happened threw 99 pitches last night as he sent chills throughout the San Francisco Giant lineup. Let's go to the game, bottom of the second, no score. Dodger rookie Eric Karros changed that with a leadoff solo home run to left center, his 17th, 1-0 Dodgers. The shot came off Francisco Olivares. 65 RBIs for Karros this year. Story of the game, Kevin Gross. After walking 2 straight, Gross gets Kurt Manwaring to hit into the 6-4-3 double play. The inning is over. Gross still going strong into the 5th, facing Robbie Thompson. And Thompson goes after a breaking ball for the strikeout. No, still good for Gross through 7. Gross's next strikeout victim, Corey Snyder, swinging on almost the same pitch. His 4th strikeout. Robbie Thompson leading off the 8th this time. Looks like Thompson almost ends it here. But Jose Offerman with a nice grab to save the no-hitter. Gross's reaction tells the story. Let's check it out again. Offerman with a nice grab, making us forget all his errors earlier in the year. Gross high-fiving the great play in the dugout with his shortstop. Top of the 9th now. Gross facing Mark Leonard on a 1-2 count. Hits Leonard on the knee. Next batter, though, Gross composes himself, keeps his poise. Litton hits into a 6-4 force for the first out of the 9th. 2 more to go. Gross facing Mike Felder. Felder with a soft fly to Mitch Webster. And Webster, no problem, he's got it, 2 away. With a crowd on their feet, hopefully they all stayed for a change. Gross facing Willie McGee and entices McGee to line out to Mitch Webster. He's got it. Gross with his first ever no-hitter. The final score, by the way, 2-0 Dodgers. The highlight in a season of lowlights for the Dodgers. Before yesterday, Gross's personal best was a 3-hitter. He did that 3 times. The last time a Dodger pitcher no-hit the Giants was when Jerry Royce did it 12 years ago. It was Gross's 14th career shutout and 3rd of the season. It's his first win against an NL West club in his last 11 decisions.
Well, it's a little tough today, but we'll try to get through it as best we can. I'm very happy to be able to stay on with the Celtics and try to help them out as much as I possibly can. Sometimes it's been a long 13 years, and sometimes it's been a very slow 13 years. The last couple years have been very tough on me, on my back and my body. It was very hard to deal with day in and day out, but unfortunately it all came down to this. You know, I would like to play it a little bit longer, maybe a year or 2 more, but there's just no way possible I was going to be able to do that. So today I'm retiring, and I'm still going to be around, but not in the capacity I once was. Hopefully I can do a good job or continue to do a good job for them. I take this time to thank all of our season ticket holders, all of our fans throughout my stay here, and I know they'll keep supporting the Celtics and show the loyalty, just like the players will. This is not a sad day. It's a very emotional day, but it's not really a sad day because I knew this day was going to come sometime, and I sort of prepared myself. But once you sign the papers and say you're retired, or once you get up here in front of these people, it's a little bit different. There's been a lot of speculation that they want me to come back and play home games. They want me to play a 42-game season, but that's not the way I approach things. I try to play every game, every minute. I just couldn't see myself doing that. Last year was a tough year because after surgery I came back, I felt very good, and I thought I was going to be able to play a lot of games, and it didn't turn out very well for me. So at this time, this is probably the best thing that possibly could happen to me. I'm excited to be going into a new life, but I'm going to miss this life. This is great. I've been on a high for 17 years. I've been playing basketball at a peak that not very many people be able to do. So I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the injuries that I had, but that goes with the territory. I had one injury I couldn't shake. I've had a lot of injuries throughout the years, but the back situation, I just could not shake it. It feels better now, but it's not going to be 100% ever again. So as far as I'm concerned, I gave my heart, my body, and my soul to the Celtics, and hopefully we can continue to have a good relationship. I guess take a few questions and get out of here, then you guys will never have to bother me again.
In the news conference, a
Player of the Year honors in 1980. Bird joined the Celtics that year and was promptly Rookie of the Year, beating out none other than Magic Johnson. He would be a first-team NBA All-Star in his first 9 seasons, second team in his 11th. He was league MVP in 1984, 85, and again in 86. He was playoff MVP, 84 and 86. He was an All-Star Game MVP in 82. He led the Boston Celtics to 3 NBA titles. And his 21,791 career points rank him 11th on the all-time list. Quite a career.
I've been on a high for 17.
Next stop, San Diego against the Padres and Triple Crown contender Gary Sheffield. And this could be the Mets' last trip to San Francisco, as Will Clark and the Giants may be skipping town. Stay tuned as the Mets
In Arena Bowl 92 as Markham gets the Gatorade treatment here.
The MVP of the game is George LaFrance, and the Iron Man is Flint Fleming. of Detroit. Both players on Detroit.
The Detroit Drive, the 1992 Arena Bowl champions, their 4th bowl title. And there's a class act walking off the field, Perry Moss for Orlando, the head coach of the Predators.
Orlando has had a fantastic season, only losing their opening game against Tampa Bay until tonight. A long string of wins, and of course we can expect more from Orlando next year.
We will take a timeout. We will come back to talk about Arena Bowl 92, the presentation of the trophy.
With me is Joe.
Again, as you look at the victorious Detroit Drive, they win Arena Bowl 92, the final 56-38. Arena Bowl 92 has been a presentation of High Bar Productions.
Of a half a dozen batting helmets. 4, 5, 6. Then 4 bats. 1, 2, 3. And now 24 baseballs. For those of you counting at home, it is 24. The research department says so. And countless ice cubes.
And he just walked.
In the making, a trio of Steve Largent's receiving record should fall.
The Bills' James Lofton, in his 15th season, needs only 55 yards to surpass Largent's career yardage mark. With 19 catches, Art Monk, the ultimate possession receiver, will break Largent's record of 819 career receptions. Jerry Rice, in 6 fewer seasons than Largent, needs only 8 touchdown receptions to break Largent's total of 100. Rice averages over 13 TDs a year. And with another 1,000-yard season, Rice will have 7 straight, tying him with Lance Allworth for consecutive years with over 1,000. The Rams' Tony Zendejas is 2 field goals shy of breaking Kevin Butler's record of 24 straight. All-around weapon, bar none, Thurman Thomas is looking to become the only player to lead the league in total yards from scrimmage 4 years in a row. His 3 seasons in a row already ties him with the great Jim Brown. Has Eric Dickerson finally found a home in L.A.? ED is only 300 yards behind TD, Tony Dorsett, for second on the all-time rushing list, still trailing Walter Payton by over 4,000 yards. More rushing. Running Randall Cunningham needs but 237 yards to break Fran Tarkenton's quarterback rushing record. Will the knee hold up?
Another Tark record may fall. Warren Moon needs to recover only 5 fumbles to surpass Sir Francis's all-time record of falling on 43. Tonight, Don Shula coaches.
Have never met an attitude problem they didn't like, which may be why they like Eric Dickerson. After 4.5 years in pigskin purgatory, Dickerson believes he's finally found the pearly gates.
Well, everybody looks at me as being this real.
Found plenty, starting with his offensive line and the humiliating defeats. He was one cantankerous colt. Dickerson was suspended in each of the last 2 seasons, missing 8 games, while scoring only 7 touchdowns, and seeing his yards per rush dwindle every year since '87.
So just how much has Eric Dickerson's stock fallen? Well, once he was on track to become the all-time leading rusher in the NFL.
Split time at tailback with versatile vet Marcus Allen and a 249-pound sledgehammer named Nick Bell. He claims he'd rather share the load and the spotlight than be the center of every foe's attention as he was with the Colts.
There, I did not have a chance.
With that speed where he can hit a home run 40, 50, 60 yards.
People talk about losing step this.
The closest the Raiders have come to a long ball threat since Bo. And though Raider owner Al Davis will tell anyone who's listening that tailbacks don't win titles, Eric Dickerson knows this may be his last chance to prove a lot of people wrong. In Los Angeles, Mark Schwartz, ESPN.
The Saints in Baltimore. Baseball best Henry Cotto to Kenny Lofton, who, well, he's just going to buy this today's best thing because he's here so darn often. In Minnesota, Scott Leyes from his knees gets the force at second. Still in Minnesota, last out of the game. Shane Mack hit it. I said it was the last out, so you know Roberto Kelly caught it. And we started in football, we end there. The Hail Mary done with great grace. Todd Kinchin hauling it in. He didn't really, but there's no replay. But it was good enough to make today's best.
Today's Best is brought to you by the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it.
Home run to tie it in the 8th inning. And for giving us all, Budweiser will donate $100 in Daryl's name to Bacchus, a program for students choosing healthy campus lifestyles. Bob and I will be back right after this from Bud Light, Kiner's Corner to follow.
Tacoma Tigers, the A's farm team. Mike Kingery, there's a wall there, Mike. Didn't go all the way through. Brings a new meaning, though, to the phrase, great outfield arm. He was nearly eaten by the sign. But there's a subplot to this, as Luis Quinones went to third base with a triple. Watch this. There are 2 balls in play. The one that Quinones hit is on the right. The one Kingery picks up is on the left. Well, on the other hand, if you think you've just lost an arm in this play in the outfield, it's good that you can pick anything up. Mike Kingery, he is the Rodney McRae of 1992. Same ballpark, same outfield fence, and it looked like the same camera position.
Now, you know that they probably said, we'll never let that happen. We'll reinforce that wall. So
Bologna and Tim Salmon. California said no. The Rangers said yes to Jose in a contract that runs through 1995. Although Canseco has the right at the end of this season to request a trade, his agent says he will not do so.
Kind of reminds me of Reggie Jackson a little bit. He's a player that fans love to come and watch play. And the Texas Ranger fans are going to love having him on the Texas Rangers.
Jose will be the drawing card in Arlington and helped build the Rangers' new stadium in 1994. The eyes of Texas were on the future when they made this deal.
I think with Canseco in the lineup and Juan Gonzalez, you look at Franco coming back next year, and Julio will come back and have a great year, and Rafael Palmeiro will come back and have a super year again. Looks really exciting. Kind of makes your mouth water almost.
The A's went for the short term with the emphasis on winning it all now. Their future could be cloudy, though, with more than half their projected postseason lineup headed for free agency after this year. 3 of the last 4 champions had at least 1/3 of their roster eligible for the free agent market, including the 89 A's. Unloading Canseco's salary, though, does give them room to maneuver.
Unfortunately, people don't understand how fluid baseball is today and how much flexibility players have and how easy it is to move dollars from one place to another. This is going to create some opportunity to spend money next year that we probably would not have had. And it will give us a chance to talk to Rheaume, Sierra, Jeff Russell. It will also maybe give us a chance to talk to some players who are on the club now that we might not have been able to sign otherwise.
Sierra, out with the chicken pox, won't be available for at least another week. When he does play, though, he'll be the 16th outfielder the A's have used this year. The more immediate help for Oakland comes on the mound, where the hope is that pitching coach Dave Duncan can do for Bobby Witt what he did for Dave Stewart and Dennis Eckersley. Since 1987, no one has walked more batters, and ironically, 2 years ago, Tuesday, Witt walked 10 batters in the same game against Oakland. He also struck out 10 A's. Jeff Russell, who will be a free agent next year, has 9 blown saves, the most in the majors. He'll have to find a spot between the game's best closer and Jeff Parrott, who's been an effective setup man for the A's. And Jeff Russell went to the All-Star game in Flushing, thus gives him a good shot at a 5th U.S. Open championship. The 16th seed has not won at the National Tennis Center since 1984 and is being somewhat overshadowed by Jimmy Connors and his 40th birthday, which is Tuesday. Jimbo plays on Wednesday. McEnroe facing Michael Schopper on Tuesday night and handles the backhand angle shot rather well. Mac then going with the forehand lob winner. And Mac taking the first set 6-4, second set 6-love, and coming to the net to take the third set 6-4 as Mac wins it and advances next net.
20-year-old Manon Rheaume will be the first woman to play in one of the 4 major pro sports leagues. Rheaume led the Canadian Women's Championship a year ago.
The first time I have this kind of shot, this kind of speed, and it's why I have a lot of pressure this first time, because I have to do good.
Now, you may remember Ann Myers, who attended preseason.
Damon Mack, he is out.
Was that about the craziest thing that ever happened to you?
Yeah. It was, I mean, I can sit back and laugh.
You weren't laughing when you charged out of the dugout?
No, it was funny. Sitting there, and they're doing their thing, and next thing you know, they dropped the bat down, measured on home plate, and as soon as they did that, I said, you know, if they call me out, I'll kill them. I'll run on the field, I'll kill them all right now. As soon as I said, kill them all right now, the umpire goes, you're out. And I ran out there, and God, it was a fiasco for about 5 or 10 minutes. The funniest thing about that, which I don't think a lot of people know, Gaylord Perry was on our team. Gaylord's a collector. Gaylord's got his hand in everything. And Gaylord starts running with the bat, and the police are on the field. And the other umpires start chasing, get the bat, we need the bat. So Gaylord throws the bat to Steve Ranko. Steve Ranko starts running with the bat. Next thing you know, he throws it to Hal McRae. Hal's got the bat, and I think Hal's running up the locker room with it. Or it was either Ranko or Hal was running up the locker room with the bat, and the police are chasing him. The bat is now in the dugout. It's going up the runway. Someone block off the locker room. I mean, that was crazy. I didn't know that happened until the flight.
Pick it up, 38 seconds left in the first half. Saints up 3-0 on a 50-yard field goal by Morton Anderson. Rodney Peete, he is brought down by Sam Mills. Get used to that, Rodney. But Peete kept the drive alive. 3rd and 17. Peete connects with Aubrey Matthews, an 18-yard gain to the 20. Then Peete, 7 yards to Willie Green. Wayne Font's team has only gotten 1 touchdown inside the 20 all year, but would this drive be different? 1st and goal. Peete throws over Green's head, incomplete. 2nd and goal. Peete can't find anyone open, so just throws it away in the end zone. But on 3rd and goal, just 3 seconds left in the half. Peete finds ex-Saint Brett Perriman in the end zone for the touchdown. Lions go ahead 7-3 at the half, Joe.
Well, you know what makes it really easy here, Robin, is the fact that Jimmy Spencer just flat slips. You see Peete, good timing throw, but it's a lot easier when nobody's there.
Yeah, that's true. 2nd half, Rodney Peete pressured by the Saints defense again. Ricky Jackson doing...
He was a Heisman-winning Bulldog, an NFL Rebel as a USFL General. He was a cowboy, a ballet dancer, a Viking, a bobsledder, and now an Eagle. But who is Herschel Walker really? He says his critics are getting it all wrong.
Before I was traded, I did call Mr. Jones radio show, and he said, he put his arms around my shoulders, and there was a lot of people, the place was packed, and he said, Herschel is going to be with this team the rest of his life. And, you know, I said, oh, that's neat. And the next week I was traded. I had almost 100 yards in the first 2 quarters, and all of a sudden the 3rd and 4th quarter, I don't get the ball anymore. So that was, you know, that was games where, you know, it was like that. But, you know, that was their philosophy. You can't ask the guy to go kill a polar bear, as I always say, with a knife. You can't ask a guy to go fight in a war with a broom. You know, if you want me to be able to perform and do things, give me an opportunity to.
Because Herschel was unhappy on the field in Minnesota, things he did off the field became fair game to his critics. Early morning, May 5th, 1991. Listening to the movie soundtrack of The 5 Heartbeats, Herschel left his car running, closed his garage door, and fell asleep. People wondered whether an unhappy Herschel had tried to commit suicide. He dismissed that notion.
I was pretty shaken. A lot more than he was. But, very good.
But we have a good dog. That was it.
Yeah.
The dog? The man himself has an idea.
When you're,
season opener and what he did again to Marty Schottenheimer. Here are Elway's stats this year in must-score touchdown 4th quarter situations. With a total of 1 timeout to use in the 2 comebacks, Elway has gone 6 for 7 for 84 yards plus 1 pass interference call, 1 touchdown pass, 2 victories. Denver is 4-1 and still hasn't scored as many total points as its opponents this season. The Dolphins linebackers took Thurman Thomas's running game away. The Bills like to have Thomas run inside early, and they ran him 6 times in their first 16 plays against Miami. But when the Finns held him to about 2 yards per carry on those plays, the Bills abandoned their usual attack. They needed gadget plays such as blindside comeback blocks to get Thomas free. In 7 previous games against Miami, Thomas had rushed for an average of 113 yards. He gained only 33 rushing yards before the Bills were so far behind that they had to throw. The Dolphins knew where they wanted to throw. It just took them a while to succeed at it. Separating the field into left, center, and right in areas up to 5 yards downfield, 5 to 12 yards downfield, and from 12 yards on out, Dan Marino distributed his passes fairly evenly in the first half, even though Marino became the marksman. There is more emphasis than ever on trying to exploit one-on-one matchups, as in the NBA, but the risk run trying to spread the field and pick on a DB man-to-man is that an interception can quickly turn into a touchdown. 5 picks became instant points on Sunday, the most TDs off interceptions since Week 1 in 1989. In total this year, defensive backs in man coverage have run back 7 interceptions for touchdowns. 6 of those DBs have gone in untouched. Defenses have rung up 175 points of all varieties this season. It's the D's highest scoring first 5 weeks since the current scheduling format came into existence.
Monday Evening Quarterback was brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. You have to be tough to compete, but smart to win.
It's going to hurt them to have their... Oh, man. There's no excuses. We got our ass kicked today.
Second week in a row, he got the
And that's what you can't do. You see the hands and right into the head.
He was dead wrong. It's the last thing I said in the meeting, and he understood me. And besides, the play call was an outstanding play.
Can't call an audible anymore. What's your reaction? He's the coach.
And watch his catch with Jerry Rice. He goes about all world.
Gets back outside, then he just turns on the afterburner. Herschel gets outside, tall grass or no tall grass.
Still another 10 yards of real estate.
You got enough pictures of me. Believe me, if you don't, we've got one up in the office we can give you. It's a good one in the suit. Look good wherever you want to put it.
Bumps, bites, and bruises.
A grand slam. He scored 3 times. Chevrolet will donate $1,000, and Ron Gay.
Right in the nick of time, and we've got a tie hockey game at 1.
The Buffalo power play simply overwhelmed the Quebec Nordique. Quebec outmatched in their own zone. And look at LaFontaine. That's a beautiful shot of getting the proper position in front of the net. And the important thing, too, LaFontaine was not tied up. He was able to break free, and he finds the puck in the goal crease. Now, you can go into the goal crease when that puck is loose like that. And Buffalo dominating Quebec on the power play. LaFontaine tying it 1-1. Boy, that was very impressive indeed.
The first... You gave us a try, now hit subscribe. Be sure to YouTube responsibly and hit that like button if you like what you see, because there's plenty of content to come.